Before anything, should you go? Yes, absolutely. You should go and hit the gym. Although no one will directly tell you up front unless you have a really good friend. No one will tell you that looks are important. Absolutely no one. Unfortunately, in this kind of society that we live in, looks are everything. That's a sad thing. You have social media that's completely corrupted people about who they want to see, how they want to approach other people, just simply based on their appearance. The reason why I urge you to go to the gym is because, right, you cannot change the game, you cannot change the people. So you might as well join the game, right? Join the race. But remember, looks can only get you so far. It's the foot in the door, right? You're invited in, but you may not approach even further in the home, right? If you have a good-looking, muscular dude, right, you see quite often, but remember, if he's kind of an asshole and you take it for granted, right, you're going to be left behind. Some of you may ask if looks are important to getting girls. The simple reason is absolutely. Good looks will absolutely net you girls. That's one really important detail. It's always about getting the foot in the door and then developing other skills to lure in people into a closer circle. If you only have newbie gains at the gym, the starting muscle that you gain from starting out your gym journey, you have to remember, no girls will approach you first, right? It's just not natural for girls to approach you and hit on you, right? But whilst they're working out and working out hard, I can guarantee you that other girls, if you're in a relationship or not, you will see other girls looking at you whilst you work out in the corner of your eye, right? They will always be looking. They're ignoring you and just pretending that you're no one. But girls absolutely notice that you are working out and you are gaining muscle. So don't confuse that. It's always a great feeling to see other people appreciate your hard work. So that's absolutely an incentive to work out. The feeling about a high quality woman who's lusting over your body and admiring your hard work, it's such a masculine, great feeling to have. It's one of the greatest joys that I experience from working out. I urge you to go to the gym, absolutely. If you're not going to watch the rest of the video, the only thing that you need to get out is start your gym journey today. Click the top card and just watch my other video on how you start your gym journey. The first reason, and it's kind of a personal thing, I won't necessarily sign up for a membership where you cannot cancel your subscription, right? Because some people may say that it doesn't really matter what you're signing up for. And that's one thing, right? Maybe the gym doesn't really have many options to sign, but at least in my country, there are very many packages that you can purchase whilst going to the gym. The cheapest purchase that you can do is with a binding of 12 months that you have to train for, or you need to have this subscription for 12 months before you can cancel it, right? From what I've learned, you save about $3 to $4, right? American dollars per month. It's not really a huge net gain, and it may still be expensive to join the gym, either way. It sucked to have binding for 12 months for only one gym place, right? It sucked when I was placed to another city or another county for several months, right? I don't have easy access to the gym. Imagine if you meet someone new, right? It will suck if he cannot join you and you cannot join him, because the gym that you're attending to is kind of far away from him, right? So he doesn't really have the time to go join you. And you cannot join him, right? Because you cannot cancel your subscription, right? There are other incentives that you may not want to have a membership that you cannot cancel. You may find the equipment bad if you're more into a cable guy or you're rather more into machines, right? You may just find the equipment just sucks. It's dirty, it's broken, it's old. There are many things that you may not appeal to you. Or you're maybe more like me, right? I simply just dislike some groups of people in the gym, right? For instance, I don't like loud, obnoxious teenagers, the kind of 15, 16-year-olds that come in group in the gym, in the groups of like 4, 6, and 8 people. And they're just extremely loud. They're filming for TikToks. It's only like 1 or 2 of them who's actually training, whilst the other one's just dicking around at the gym. You may have, although I haven't really met that problem, but you may have girls with tripods just filming themselves, but not really comprehending that they're in a public place and they're just, well, disturbing the peace of others, right? Buying a membership, that's a bit more expensive, but at least you can cancel it anytime. I will absolutely recommend that. Just one really practical advice. The second thing is that most people will not join your journey. There was one girl and her boyfriend who was going to attend to the gym and start working out. So she joined me in, pulled me in, and we started just very, very simple group training when we started working out. She made me join, and I really started enjoying going to the gym. 2 weeks later, I'm the only one who shows up at the gym. The group that I was joining and exercising together with, I was simply abandoned, right? Here I am, just a loner at the gym, and I have to just make the best of it. Most people don't see the necessity of exercising. Most people have membership to join the gym, but there are absolutely rather few people who would train to become bigger, right? Have the motivation to keep going, keep pushing, not back down while it's raining, not back down because some test is going on, right? Don't really feel like it, don't have time, right? Most people don't see the importance of hitting the gym consistently for a long, prolonged period of time. The gym experience may be a very lonely journey, I can tell you that. Third thing, and this is kind of more a personal thing, most fitness content that you see on social media in short form or longer form content, most of that shit is garbage. Most fitness things, right? When I started going to the gym, I didn't really have any kind of analysis about how the body works or what I should do or what I should do, or rather what I should avoid, right? I had to find out everything on my own. And if you just simply search out fitness plan, right, something like that on YouTube, you get so much results. And it's always the same thing, right? You click on a video, you'll find just a very slender woman or a very muscular man doing some kind of like hyper volume exercise, like not really explaining what they're doing. They're just saying like, yeah, you get abs in 50 minutes if you just do this kind of exercises, just do bodyweight squats for abs. Like that doesn't really work at all, right? You just get fed this garbage content that doesn't really provide you anything. It only provides them screen time. It provides them benefits, and they get to promote their brands to you, but they don't care about you, right? That's the kind of thing. They don't give you anything good in return. You're just a loser, right? And you waste time doing exercises that they don't even do themselves to achieve their body. You'll have some dickhead bodybuilder, some huge muscly guy, right, doing like 100 push-ups and saying that they build their massive chests on that alone. Content on YouTube regarding exercising is bullshit. I'd say 90% of fitness content are just for entertainment. It's never about you gaining muscle or you gaining a great start or you benefiting from it. And even if you have shorts at the gym, you have shorts of other guys who seemingly promote kind of more positive content that I'd say it isn't necessarily wrong that they're promoting, but it's also explaining much for show. It's much editing. It's much more entertainment style video about going to the gym. I'd say the only thing that I really benefited from was, of course, just studying anatomy, just seeing what kind of muscle groups that I have on my body. That's the first thing I did. After that, what I would do is just keep myself on videos that's more unedited, just longer videos where it's just a guy talking to a camera and just visually representing what you should do at the gym. The fourth thing that I would learn, and this is a big one, All calories are absolutely not the same. As for what you eat, I've always been a skinny guy, right? More of a athletic runner type guy. So naturally just gaining weight and bulking to gain muscle and strength, it's really hard. You just feel very sluggish and full all the time. You're not really used to having so much food in your stomach. Eating may absolutely be the hardest part about going to the gym. You have to be smarter about what you put in. You have to reap more benefits from the things that you eat. It's not necessarily about volume, but you have to be more picky about what you get in. I always just associate with a cheat code, right? It's not necessarily like cheating or anything. It's not a cheat meal, but rather you're filling your gut with just simple, easy calories. It's very easy to surplus this into food. Such examples that I would include are just simple oils. Just oil is very easy to consume into your diet whilst you're just frying things. You may put eggs on the sides of your meal. Nuts are also a very good supplement. I haven't really any specifics about which nuts, just peanuts, cashews, Brazil nuts, like everything is really easy snacks to get in on. One very important thing, and this is more work related, it's not the same thing what you eat. Yeah, it's cool to build muscle and just be a huge block, just a big brick wall, right? You cannot neglect the fact that other things and other aspects of your life, it also revolves around you being sharp, being ready, right? You have to perform and do other activities. If you're a teenager and you have no responsibilities, right, of course you can do whatever, right? But to get consistent and to get big muscles, you can either go 100% in investment. Some people do that route, right? But I never recommend it for a new beginner because you always have to step into the discomfort zone, right? You need to have fuel. You need to have food that feeds your brain. You need food that keeps your brain sharp, that doesn't make you sluggish while you're working, right? You have reserve energy to do more important tasks. Maybe it's like filming like myself, right? You get the point. Big muscles does not earn you cash. It may help you get women, but like your grades or your results does not necessarily correlate to you getting big muscles. Like when I first started off, and it kind of pissed me off, all these kind of dickhead YouTubers just promote they can eat whatever. You can eat like pancakes, pizza and shit, processed bullshit garbage food just to simply gain weight. Oh, it's got protein. Yeah, it's because it's soy, right? It's other vegetable oils. It's just other preservatives and other like nutritional things that you may read on the box that just fucks up your hormone, just fucks up your brain, makes you sluggish, makes you have brain fog, full of carbs that spikes your blood sugar, and now you can't really focus on anything else. It's always the same selling point, that it just contains protein. Well, of course, it's protein, yes, but a steak is not the same as soy milk. A diet that consists of just easy sugars, easy carbs, that's easy to digest, just spikes up your blood sugar, it's stripped of fiber, and they just add bullshit chemicals on the side. Like if you grab a kind of box of really anything and you just see on the sides of it, do you really think it's 100% healthy to eat foods where it's in the ingredients there are just things that you don't really know what are? Long, like almost Greek words explaining kind of a chemical what they are. You don't really know what you're getting, right? Do you really think that's 100% safe and it doesn't impact other things about your health rather than just you getting calories? It gives you brain fog, you get bloated all the time, you get maybe potential acne, and that's never really good if you have the focus of, well, having a good appearance. If you really bulk really hard, you get also very ugly stretch marks. I know people just love stretch marks, right? Because it's a sign of you growing. But if you always just get really big and fat and not really much muscles, right? You get stretch marks over your stomach, you get stretch marks around your hips, insides of the thigh, right? It's not really stretch marks in the shoulder part. Of course, if you eat whatever and you don't really have any strict rules about you eat. You just eat, well, biscuits and shit to kind of just bulk easy. Yes, you gain weight fast. Like, of course, it's guaranteed you're going to gain weight fast. And of course, you will be a mountain that pushes much weight. Note you have to exercise lots for that too. But like, then what? If you achieve your goal within 1 or 2 years, what are you going to do later then? The gym, and it's very important to mature to this kind of point, the gym is a lifestyle change. You do this for the long term. It doesn't matter if you're gaining muscle right here, right now, or 3, 4, 5, 10 years in time. Of course, it's frustrating not to see results immediately, but you're not in for the fast race. Having simple cardio, having simple gym weight routine, it's healthy for you. Bodybuilding is one of several pillars when it comes to self-improvement in general. Of course, with 100% effort in the gym and not investing in anything else, you're not considering other aspects that help you develop and become a better man. It's like you play a video game, you play Skyrim, right? And you max out your attack stats, but you're not really maxing out anything other aspects. Like, yeah, of course you hit hard, but in other aspects, in other quests, you're going to struggle, right? When it comes to starting out to the gym and gaining muscle, you don't have to double down on eating like 4,000 calories, 5,000, just shoving your face with foods, with whatever, right? That just makes you feel sluggish in general. You have to consider in the 80-20 rule, where you do 20% of the work and you gain 80% of the results, right? You're not getting 100%, but you're getting 80%, and that's a lot better than 0. It's an act where the ROI, the return on investments, where you just simply train hard enough, often enough, you eat more than you usually do, and I'm going to give you kind of a range about what calories you should stick at, and you sleep well enough and you have a good enough sleep routine that you're getting very much of the results. And like, people are going to notice that, right? 80 is not 0%. If you simply just eat clean and then healthy foods with a surplus, you're also going to gain weight. What I mean necessarily with clean foods is simple one ingredient foods. But if you want potatoes, you're not going to hand you out. You're not going to stick your arm down to the kind of fries section, pull up the bags, and you get a bag of fries, and it says like 70% potatoes. 70? Like, you're buying potatoes, right? And the other 30% is like, what? You don't really know yourself, right? It's salt, maybe, and some oils, but there are also just other chemicals they don't really know what are. If you want potatoes, buy potatoes. If you want meats and you want chicken, don't buy nuggets. Buy chicken breast, chicken thighs. Like, get the whole food that you just simply mix together and make yourself dinner. Personally, I find a range, personally, you need 2,500 calories a day for a grown man just to simply retain your body weight. So what I would recommend is simply a surplus of a range between 2,800, 3,200 calories. So a range between 300 more or just simply 500 more calories on top of that. It's not really a huge margin that you really need to hit. You just need to eat whatever you're doing throughout the day and just add something on top of it. As a wise bodybuilder told me when I first starting out, it doesn't really matter what you're eating. It doesn't really matter how much you eat if the thing that you're eating is simply air, right? If it's air, you're not going to gain any muscle from it, right? It's not necessarily about volume, it's about what you put in the tank. The fifth thing that I learned is injury. You will get injured. Like, the only reason I can say this with such a certainty is because we are simply just hardwired to progress very fast. You're gaining weight and you see the kind of progress in eating. You get better sleep and you're starting to exercise. And you see each time that you're exercising each body part, You can do more weight for more reps. Like you're getting stronger every single week. That's kind of the hard grinding and the kind of the great feeling about starting going to the gym. The usual places that you will get injury are like in the joints, the ligaments that you have. You get like clicky knees. You'll have the elbow joints when you're training arms. You have shoulders when you're just throwing weight around. And you may experience lower back pain because you just have shitty form when you just pick up equipment. The simple reason why you're getting injury is because you're overloading too fast. You're simply going too fast on a framework, like your skeletal like body structure and your ligaments. They're not really developed in contrast to your muscle, who's just getting more and more and more power. Like you're building a house, but the structure that you're building a house upon is not really stable. So when you have weak joints, you have weak ligaments, they have to overcompensate for the weight that you're doing. And they're just going to get inflammation, right? Because they cannot handle the weight. I always recommend newbies to just stick to the machines, stick to equipment. And although it may not seem very cool to start with just simple equipment and just start with the machines are great because they're easy to stack on the weight. It's very easy to get a feel and understand what major muscle groups do with your body. It's very easy to manage. Like you know that if you are extending your arm, it's your triceps that's working out. And if you're flexing, it's the biceps. The same applies to the legs, of course. It's very easy to get a good burn in the places that you are exercising. Personally, I did this for the first 3 months of going to the gym back in 2021. But of course, you don't have to do it that much. Just kind of stick to, I'd say, 1 month with just machinery. Like not really cables at all, just equipment that you just sit in. Do the reps nice and slow and controlled. It's very easy to fall into the temptation that you're doing it for reps, right? It's very cool to say that you're benching 60 kgs like for 12 reps. It's very cool to say it, but of course if you're just jumping the bar up and down, first thing is that you don't really have much time on the tension where the muscle is developing. The muscles are exercising under the time that you're doing the exercise. It doesn't matter if you're doing 5 reps nice and slow and controlled, but it's of course it's hard and restraining, or just 30 reps where you're just spamming the exercise. It doesn't really matter. And the other thing is that when you are doing exercises that are really fast and not really controlled, it's going to put stress on your body, right? Because you're not using the optimal setup to avoid injuries. Personally, I always try to hit a max range of reps. If I hit 12 reps in a certain exercise and I can do it usually in a nice control level, but it's also really hard, right? It struggles to get hit. I also struggle to just hit 12 reps. I increase the weight a little bit and then I may just fall back down to like 7 reps max, right? But then I start over from there. And once I've done that, I increase the weight a little bit. But if I just fall back down or I have really bad technique, then I may just jump back down for a little bit for a few sessions, then jump up again, right? I always try to hit 12. And the lowest that I'll accept is around 5 reps, I'd say. That's the absolute lowest that I will accept. If the last set that you're doing is 5 reps, that's always okay. But the first set should never be like 5 or 4 reps, like then you should adjust it. Number 6 is more of a wholesome advice. Be kind. Kindness goes a long way. Most in general, you're training and you're exercising in the gym and you're really focused on themselves, right? You simply have headphones on, you're vibing to the music and you don't really greet other people. You're not really in there to kind of talk. You're only in to hit the gym, bang the weight and leave, right? That's kind of the motive for going to the gym. You're not there to necessarily make bodies, right? But you always stumble upon other people that you see very often. And most often, the people that you're seeing is other grown men, or maybe just teenagers, but it's also always just kind of these older guys who's always hit the gym, right? It doesn't really feel that significant, but if you greet just locals at the gym and you greet other people, it simply feels more pleasurable when you go into the gym. I just find it that when you are just not a dick at the gym, you just simply feel better when you go into the gym. You're not like this dark, unsocial man that just goes to the gym and doesn't really talk to other people. You simply just get a better mood when you are gymming. And the most important thing is that with other people, you don't know what other people are going through, right? Kindness goes a long way. Even if it doesn't seem significant for you, they may take it as something else. Be kind. Be kind to everyone. The other thing is that once you get some kind of contact with other people at the gym that you see often, it also has the positive effect that it creates an incentive to go. You feel kind of this responsibility that they are going and so should I. Like you get this kind of motivation and reason to hit the gym regardless of what you're feeling. Like if they're going out and greeting you, right, they have the expectancy for you to show up. It kind of creates this small pulling factor that can really help when you are just struggling with motivation at the gym. Accountability is a great factor when it comes to gyms in general. Just simply round off with tips number 7. Don't be a dick. It's that simple. Don't be a dick and follow the gym rules that are set out. Like, very easy. When you're using the equipment, clean it. Clean the equipment. Like, greet the people at the gym. Greet the people that are working there. Don't be disrespectful to them. If you're using weights, place the weight back in the right place. When you have other people who follow the rules at the gym and kind of respect the time of other people, and it's much more enjoyable that you don't have to run around and look around for the weights because you cannot find it because a dickhead has borrowed the weight, carried it across the gym, and you're just not finding the dumbbell that you're looking for. Or other people who just use benches, roll them to another station at the gym and don't place them back. Just because you see other people not following the guidelines and not following the etiquette of the gym, don't be like them. Don't be that loser who doesn't have respect for other people's equipment, don't have respect for other people's time. Of course, if you want to have a great development in the gym and you want other people to respect you, you want other people to look at you and you get kind of reap the rewards, don't be a dick. It's really important. Of course, looks get you in the foot in the door, but people are just more willing to help you and assist you whilst you're working out, give you tips and anything, right? If you're following the rules. If you like what you're seeing, join my community down below by clicking the link in the Discord. Stay strong, work on, bro.